Hello football fans, and welcome back. The summer transfer window is heating up, with several blockbuster moves taking shape and some of the biggest names in world football making career-defining decisions. In today's update, we'll cover Phil Foden's long-term commitment to Manchester City, Lionel Messi's latest international honor, Casemiro's move to Inter Miami, and the growing transfer speculation surrounding Real Madrid and several European giants. Let's get started. We begin in Manchester, where City have secured the future of one of their most valuable homegrown stars. Phil Foden has officially signed a new 4-year contract, extending his stay at the Etihad Stadium until 2030. The agreement reflects the club's complete confidence in the academy graduate, who has become a key figure since making his senior debut in 2017. During that time, Foden has collected an incredible 20 major trophies, including 6 Premier League titles, establishing himself as one of England's finest midfielders. Speaking after signing the new deal, Foden said he is excited to begin a new chapter under Manchester City's new manager, Enzo Maresca. He also expressed his determination to continue improving and help the club win even more silverware in the years ahead. Sporting director Hugo Viana praised Foden's loyalty, professionalism, and exceptional talent, describing him as a player who perfectly represents Manchester City's identity. With his future now secured, the club hopes he will continue writing history in the famous sky blue shirt. Next, we turn to the international stage, where Lionel Messi has added yet another remarkable achievement to his legendary career. Despite being 39 years old, the Argentine captain has been named the best player of the 2026 FIFA World Cup by the International Federation of Football History and Statistics, better known as IFFHS. The award was determined using several performance indicators, including goals, assists, overall influence, and impact throughout the knockout rounds. Messi produced another unforgettable tournament, scoring 8 goals and providing 4 assists in 8 appearances, leading Argentina all the way to the World Cup final. His total goal contributions ranked among the highest in the competition. Interestingly, the IFFHS decision differed from FIFA's official Golden Ball award, which was presented to Spain midfielder Rodri. However, according to IFFHS, Messi's complete influence on the tournament made him the standout performer. Meanwhile, in Major League Soccer, Inter Miami have officially completed the signing of Brazilian midfielder Casemiro. The experienced midfielder joins the American club on a free transfer following his departure from Manchester United. He has signed a contract running through the end of the 2027 MLS season, with an option to extend it until 2029. Casemiro arrives with enormous experience, including 5 UEFA Champions League titles, and Inter Miami believe his leadership and winning mentality will strengthen their midfield and inspire the entire squad. The Brazilian international said he was immediately attracted by the club's ambitious project and promised to give everything both on match days and during training as he begins this exciting new chapter in Florida. Another legendary career has also come to an emotional end. Mexico goalkeeper Guillermo Ochoa has officially announced his retirement from professional football after an outstanding 22-year career. Ochoa shared the news through his social media accounts, thanking supporters, teammates, coaches, and everyone who helped shape his remarkable journey. His legacy includes becoming one of the few players in football history to be selected for 6 FIFA World Cup squads, matching the incredible achievements of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. His final appearance came during Mexico's group stage match against the Czech Republic at the 2026 World Cup, bringing an unforgettable international career to a close. In Italy, AS Roma have unveiled their new home kit for the 2026-27 season. Continuing their partnership with Adidas, Roma have maintained the club's iconic deep red colors while adding elegant golden details inspired by the club's rich history. The jersey also introduces a new front-of-shirt sponsor, while the back of the collar features the phrase, "Con tutte le nostre forze," meaning, with all our strength. Designed with Adidas' latest cooling technology, the new kit combines tradition with modern performance for the upcoming campaign. Now to one of the biggest transfer stories of the summer. Manchester City midfielder Rodri is reportedly eager to complete a move to Real Madrid. Following his outstanding performances for Spain and his individual success at the 2026 World Cup, reports suggest that playing at the Santiago Bernabéu has become one of his biggest career ambitions. According to transfer reports, Rodri himself is pushing for the move. However, negotiations remain uncertain because Real Madrid president Florentino Perez has not yet approved a deal. Until that situation changes, the transfer remains one of the biggest unanswered questions of the summer. Staying with Real Madrid, another name attracting serious attention is Bayern Munich winger Michael Olise. The French international has impressed club scouts with his performances for both Bayern and France, especially during the 2026 World Cup. Reports also claim that Kylian Mbappé has personally encouraged his international teammate to join him in Madrid. Real Madrid are reportedly prepared to invest more than €200 million to complete what could become one of the biggest transfers in European football. However, Bayern Munich remain in a strong negotiating position. Olise is tied to a long-term contract without a release clause, giving the German champions full control over his future. Let's continue with more of the biggest stories making headlines across the football world. Paris Saint-Germain are already preparing for every possible scenario in the transfer market. Reports indicate that the French champions have identified Atlanta forward Charles de Ketelaere as a leading alternative if they fail to secure their primary attacking target from AS Monaco. De Ketelaire's reputation has grown significantly following an impressive 2026 World Cup campaign with Belgium. His versatility is one of his greatest strengths, as he can comfortably play as a center forward, a false nine, an attacking midfielder, or on either wing. His outstanding performances have also attracted interest from Bayern Munich and several Premier League clubs. Atlanta are believed to be open to negotiations, but only for offers in the region of €50 million. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabian clubs continue to make headlines. Al Ahly have reportedly opened discussions with AS Roma regarding French midfielder Manu Kone. According to multiple reports, initial contact has already taken place as the Saudi club looks to strengthen its midfield before the new season. The move comes after Al Ahly were impressed by Kone's performances during the 2026 World Cup. With Frank Kessie expected to leave and uncertainty surrounding other midfield options, the club sees the French international as an ideal replacement. Although several top European clubs, including Manchester United, have shown interest in Kone, reports suggest he is not ruling out a move to the Saudi Pro League. Al Ahly are also pushing for another exciting signing. Barcelona youngster Marc Casado has emerged as one of their priority targets this summer. The midfielder is reportedly no longer considered a key part of manager Hansi Flick's long-term plans, prompting Barcelona to explore a permanent transfer. The Catalan club are believed to have placed a relatively modest asking price on the player, and Al Ahly are prepared to meet those demands. Strong relationships between club officials and the players' representatives could help accelerate negotiations. Several European clubs, including AC Milan and Manchester United, continue to monitor the situation, but Al Ahly currently appear to be leading the race. Over in Spain, Real Madrid are considering the next step in the development of one of their brightest young talents. Franco Mastantuono could leave the club on loan this summer after struggling for regular playing time during his debut season. Injuries and inconsistent performances limited his opportunities, and Madrid believe a temporary move would help accelerate his development. The proposed deal would not include an option to buy, allowing the teenager to return with more first-team experience. Fulham have reportedly emerged as one of the strongest candidates to secure his signature for the upcoming season. Chelsea remain one of the busiest clubs in the transfer market. The Blues have submitted an opening offer worth £55 million for Crystal Palace defender Maxence Lacroix. Palace, however, are holding firm and are believed to value the French centre-back at closer to £60 million. Reports claim senior representatives from both clubs even held discussions during the 2026 World Cup final in New York as negotiations intensified. If Lacroix eventually arrives at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea are expected to make significant changes to their defensive department. Several current players could be moved on as the club reshapes its squad for the new campaign. One player who appears increasingly likely to leave is Axel Disasi. Chelsea's new manager, Xabi Alonso, is reportedly willing to sell the French defender as part of his plans to rebuild the team's back line. Disasi struggled to establish himself as a consistent starter despite showing flashes of quality during his loan spell at West Ham United. AS Roma have already expressed interest, with initial contacts reportedly taking place between the Italian club and the players' representatives. Chelsea are simultaneously exploring other defensive options, including experienced Manchester City defender John Stones, while continuing their pursuit of Maxence Lacroix. Meanwhile, another Real Madrid defender could also be heading for the exit. Young centre-back Raúl Asensio has reportedly been informed that he is not part of José Mourinho's long-term plans following the club's defensive reinforcements this summer. Although the player hopes to remain and fight for his place, increased competition has made his path into the first team increasingly difficult. As a result, Real Madrid are expected to listen to offers should a suitable proposal arrive before the transfer window closes. Chelsea have also suffered frustration elsewhere in the market. Their £64 million offer for Bournemouth midfielder Alex Scott has reportedly been rejected. The Blues identified the 22-year-old as one of their top midfield targets after making changes to their squad this summer. However, Bournemouth have made it clear they have no intention of selling one of their most important young players as they prepare for European competition. Despite the rejection, Scott's long-term future remains uncertain, with reports suggesting he has yet to commit to a new contract. That uncertainty has attracted the attention of both Manchester United and Arsenal, who are closely monitoring developments should negotiations between Scott and Bournemouth stall. The transfer window still has plenty of surprises in store, and several of these stories could develop rapidly over the coming weeks. The transfer window continues to gather momentum, and some of Europe's biggest clubs are preparing for decisive moves before the new season begins. Let's start at Old Trafford. Manchester United have already strengthened their squad with 4 new signings this summer, investing around £85 million as they continue rebuilding under manager Michael Carrick. However, the club's business is far from over. United remain determined to add another defensive midfielder, with Brighton star Carlos Baleba emerging as their preferred target. The Red Devils are believed to have already reached an agreement on personal terms with the player, but negotiations between the clubs have hit a major obstacle. Brighton have reportedly made it clear they will not consider offers below £75 million, while Manchester United are reluctant to go beyond their own valuation. With such a significant gap between the two clubs, United have started exploring alternative midfield options should the Baleba deal ultimately collapse. Meanwhile, Liverpool have quietly entered the race for one of League One's brightest attacking talents. According to reports, the Reds have contacted AS Monaco to explore the availability of winger Magnus Akliush. The French international is viewed as an ideal fit for Liverpool's attacking system thanks to his creativity, technical ability, and natural preference for operating from the right flank. However, Liverpool face serious competition. Paris Saint-Germain remain determined to bring Akliush back to France and have already submitted an offer reportedly worth £34 million. Although Monaco rejected that proposal, PSG are expected to return with an improved bid. Interestingly, if PSG eventually complete either the signing of Akliush or another attacking target, the French champions could become more willing to part ways with Bradley Barcola, who has also attracted Liverpool's attention. Back in Manchester, United are reportedly preparing another ambitious move. Following changes in midfield caused by Casemiro's departure and Manuel Ugarte's injury concerns, the club has identified PSG wonderkid Warren Zaïre-Emery as another priority target. Still only 20 years old, the French midfielder is widely regarded as one of Europe's brightest young stars after helping Paris Saint-Germain lift the UEFA Champions League trophy. Manchester United are said to be considering an offer worth around £51 million in an attempt to convince PSG to negotiate. The French champions remain reluctant to sell one of their academy's greatest success stories, but United hope the promise of regular first-team football could persuade the player to consider a new challenge. Chelsea could also be preparing for another departure. Reports suggest Alejandro Garnacho is closing in on a move to Aston Villa. The proposed agreement would initially see the Argentine winger join on loan, with an obligation to make the transfer permanent under certain conditions. The move follows Chelsea's record-breaking acquisition of Morgan Rogers, a signing that has significantly increased competition in the club's attacking department. For Garnacho, the opportunity to work under Unai Emery while competing in the UEFA Champions League is believed to be a major attraction. Chelsea are continuing to reduce the size of their squad, although they remain undecided about the future of striker Nicholas Jackson, who has also attracted interest from Aston Villa. Over at the Etihad Stadium, Manchester City are focusing on the future. The Premier League champions have reportedly reached a personal agreement with highly rated Lille midfielder Ayoub Boadi. The 18-year-old has accepted the outline of a long-term contract that would keep him at Manchester City until 2031 if the two clubs can finalize a transfer fee. Negotiations with Lille are still ongoing, but City are pushing to complete the deal quickly before other European heavyweights can make their own approaches. Boadi's reputation has risen dramatically following an outstanding World Cup campaign, where he played a key role in helping Morocco reach the quarterfinals. His maturity, vision, and technical quality have made him one of the most sought-after young midfielders in European football. Finally, we head to Barcelona, where uncertainty surrounds the future of Ronald Araujo. Although the Uruguayan defender remains under contract until 2031, reports indicate that Barcelona would be willing to consider offers if the player decides he wants a new challenge. The club's stance has reportedly changed following the rapid development of young defender Pau Cubarsí and the contract extension handed to Andreas Christensen. Competition for places in Barcelona's defense has become increasingly intense, leaving Araujo's role less secure than in previous seasons. Despite his desire to fight for his place, the possibility of a summer exit cannot be ruled out. Should Barcelona receive a significant offer, the club are expected to reinvest the money in a left-footed central defender capable of fitting Hansi Flick's tactical system. As the transfer window moves closer to its busiest period, negotiations across Europe continue to evolve almost daily. With clubs searching for the final pieces of their squads and players weighing crucial career decisions, the coming weeks promise even more dramatic developments before the market officially closes. Stay tuned for more breaking transfer news and football updates as the summer window continues to deliver surprises across Europe and beyond.